Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Kaiserreich. We're playing as the United States of Yugoslavia. At least we hope we are. I did some horse trading. I gave up a big chunk of the German territory, which actually has like a lot of factories, um, in return for taking most of Greece. I left the British Crete, and I gave the Italians the Ionian Islands. Narratively speaking, it's like, they have naval superiority. They're going to control that territory. But our forces were literally occupying Athens at the time. Whereas I think that the British and French certainly have the beef necessary to be like, no, this is our land, not yours, little Serbia. My plan is to set up a South Germany, hence why I want to keep Bavaria. We expanded the faction, apparently. They released to Finland. We should probably institute a joint command structure. That seems good. Huh. They released to Poland. I suppose I will release my rather ridiculous Polish rump. Assuming... Oh, I'm not at peace. Who am I at war with? Sweden, Georgia, and Azerbaijan. Okay. Well. You guy. Whatever. Georgia's almost dead. Azerbaijan's almost dead. Sweden's also almost dead. I don't feel hugely compelled to be like... Therefore, we must whatever. I just, Yeah, I wish I could return Polish lands, but we're not at peace yet. Apparently there is a Germany. There's a German Empire. Authoritarian Democrats. Sure. Uh-huh. Okay. Let's get rid of the conspiracy. Budovina is now a core. That's good. Alright. RIP Spanish state. Alright, the conspiracy. Alright. So. Hey! More political capital. The fate of the conspiracy. The context, which we have in the military, reveals to us the conspiracy secret society has dissolved. Its leading commanders, such as Dusan Simovic, the Nejcik brothers, and Borovije Mirovic, have parted their ways, considering their primary goal to be complete. The same news, though more openly, came from the Serbian Cultural Club. This non-partisan intellectual organization has declared the changing of their primary objectives, now seeking to campaign for the interests of the Serbs within United Yugoslavia. That's not to say their legacy will be gone. The effects of the Serbian Republican period, marked by cooperation with and then conflict with the Serbian military, will linger on for a long time. The strength of the conspiracy upon the foundation of Yugoslavia will determine their impact. Not a good page of our history. Constitutionalist military, giving us political power, reduced training time, increased recovery rate, and more political capital. Okay, I'll take it. And I think we now have 5 political capital, which means we can satisfy the other Yugoslav patronage. Nice. So we need to do some stuff. Reduce the amount demanded, increase political capital gain per turn by 1. $82 days, huh? Reduce demand is probably better. Yeah, I don't need to do... So, Federal Constitution! Our promise for the South Slavic peoples is a federation. Model after the United States, which will have an elected president, system of states, form the backbone of the political structure. It's about time we implement this system and create a federal Yugoslav republic. You said it. Mountain artillery versus holding the line. I feel like it's gotta be holding the line, right? Reduced combat width is pretty strong. Spirit of Naval Command. Naval tripwire. Close combat. Surface raiders. Selective engagement. Selective engagement would be good. Anyways. And we'll do this in case we need to train. I think we're mostly chill. I also gave the Bulgarians this land. We should probably start rural crediting. Let's do some rural credits in West Banat. Serbia. Might as well. Kingdom of George capitulated. We had nothing to do with it. Enjoy crushing the Azerbaijanis. I would love for the Poles to reach the sea. It's always kind of my hope for those guys. Two Sicilies has capitulated. Great, good to hear. Happy to hear it. We're going to increase the speed because we're not actually doing anything. We can have a way bigger army now. Which means... probably want infantry. Motorized division? Maybe we want to start training those. Armored division? This is much closer to what I want. We're going to get a pair of armored divisions. It's about what we can afford. Probably should have gotten that earlier. And this is just like all with stolen tanks. We got radar! We should probably get land warfare guys at some point. Hey, Poland has reached the sea. Good for you, Poland. Current round is running out. Provisional government of Germany has joined the Entente. Hey, hey! Found formation of the Republican Democratic Party. Formation of Yugoslavia has prompted a major change in the political spectrum. The liberals in the Serbian Republican Party have taken advantage to show their commitment to Yugoslavism by proclaiming the formation of the first Yugoslav political party in history, the Republican Democratic Party. And dismantled the forming ethno-political wedges across the country, declares that will only stand for the interests of Yugoslavia rather than a specific ethnic group. The Republican Party, the Croat-Serb coalition, and the Yugoslav Democratic Party in Slovenia were the main building blocks of this alliance. It's likely to struggle with direction in the future, should it endorse an integral form of Yugoslavism, aiming to erase the differences between the South Slavs until only a Yugoslav nation is left, or a federal run. The impending leadership elections in the RDS will likely define its future. Long live Yugoslavia! This is a pretty standard setup. Parliamentary Romania is restored by military. Yo, let's go. Democracy in Romania? Thanks, Michael the First. Oh, boy. Radicalization of the radicals. Okay. Formation of Yugoslavia has pushed the radicals even further to the right. Now isolated even more by the massive transformation of the political scene, they have begun to embrace Serbian supremacist rhetoric and the remnants of the dying monarchist movement. Those in Serbian Serbia who did not wish for the formation of Yugoslavia, believing it to be a dilution of the ethnic Serbian state, now find a home within the SRZ. As Republicans have turned increasingly Yugoslavist, they aim to consolidate the old Serbian population in their competitors' absence. New party leadership elections are expected to take place in a month's time, where they decide the future goals and ideology of the party. The agrarian faction within the Yugoslav Radical Union plans to contest the leadership elections as well. I shall serve the Serbian Union. Serbs demand a little bit more. We currently have exactly enough political capital to satisfy them, for now. Serbia shall never forget its heroes. Indeed, now there are many more. We'll improve our guns. Alright. The Vukovar Congress. Socialist Workers' Party is unique in that it kept contact with its peers across the border long before the formation of Yugoslavia. The SRP and its counterparts in Illyria, with the same name, cooperated on joint policy and future plans. And now that the South Slavs have been reunited, it's only natural that a Congress will be held in Vukovar to unite all the socialist factions into a single united front. Even the socialists have been invited, even though they once broke from the Orthodox SRP after the Centromasi split. Still, it's not guaranteed the party will unify. 2 decades of separation have left their impact. The ideological line of the Serbians and Illyrian Serbian socialists have diverged, the former more in line with Western syndicalism, and the latter is seeking to tread a uniquely South Slavic path. Let us await the results. Okay. Yay, the federal constitution. Add to this turn? We don't need that. We should integrate the railroad system before we begin integrating our northern... To this turn versus in total. Yeah. Before we begin integrating our northern acquisitions, we have to connect them to the capital of the Union. Our borders no longer coincide with the main tracks, the Habsburg railroad tracks, the Habsburg Empire. Cities once connected to Vienna or Budapest must be reconnected to a Yugoslav rail network, and the Austrian policy of limiting intercommunication between South Slavic regions must be reversed. We're probably going to they should just diversify elite forces now. Okay, the Russian Empire declared war on Romania. Romania is no longer in the faction. What the hell? Okay, well, we're going to stop. Well, you know. If the Romanians do not want to play ball, I'm fine with that. Sorry, old chums. You've been replaced. Old pals, old buddies of ours. I see that, you know. I've called the German Empire in. The more things change, the more they stay the same. Oh boy. The Deccan Federation has capitulated. We go to Arad and hold it. they'll be surrounded. Sorry, comrades. We found, you know, sorry not sorry, I suppose, is what I should say. The fall of Lisbon, I see. Portugal's capitulated. What it is to be a Serb. Or what it is to be a, what it is to be a, what it is to be a nation in the Balkans, right? Serbs, Romanians, Bulgarians. One minute you're up, the next you're down. Can't take it too personally, right? Insufficient energy. Give me your fuel, Bulgaria. Hand it over. All right. Can we go here? Excellent. I didn't expect to be fighting this soon, but that's the nature of the beast. Uh-oh. I shouldn't have pressed this button so early. So, criticism of Northern Wealthy Assembly. Centuries of life in separate empires has left Yugoslavia with a deep wealth disparity. It's no secret that the northern provinces, Croatia and Slovenia specifically, are far more developed and prosperous than the backward south. This reality has sparked an angry argument between Croatian and Serbian deputies in the National Assembly. The Serbs call for a greater redistribution of wealth from the north, levying taxes on Croatian and Slovene businesses to fund development in Serbia, Macedonia, and Montenegro, while the Croats despise the prospect, their deputies declaring they have no obligation to carry the economy of the entire union on their shoulders. The government's ministers are requested to intervene and make a decision on the debate. We have to reduce the disparity somehow, and Zagreb should not pay for everything. We have to reduce the disparity somehow. Meh. Oh, our ethnic relations. Okay, got it. So right now the Croats and the Slovenes are mad at us. And we have to presumably prevent them from getting too mad at us, otherwise we'll start a civil war. And our little experiment will come to an abrupt end, which is fun and exciting. The Russians don't appear to be taking this all too seriously, which, you know, okay, whatever, man. You float your own boat, or whatever the saying is. Whatever floats your boat. That's the saying. You figured it out. Yellow star. Give me, I don't know, Leon Rupanik? Sure. Leon, you get to be the tank guy. Where do we want to go? Probably want to go here. Oh, how are we doing on the owning cars situation? We have a lot of trucks, so we can afford to do this. Okay, end of the Vukovar conference. Whatever. The Congress was attended by socialists of all the ideological alignments across Yugoslavia, and several weeks of debate, discussion, and conflict have finally concluded in partial agreement. The moderate socialists left the Congress very quickly, disappointed by its revolutionary direction, and continued their work as the Socialist Party of Yugoslavia, while the rest of the Congress drafted a comprehensive unification of the entire radical socialist left into the Socialist Workers' Party of Yugoslavia. Though the party continues to face several issues, such as the question of whether or not whether the inevitable socialist revolution will maintain Yugoslavia or dissolve into ethnic states due to it being an artificial creation. For now, the Socialist United Front stands. So be it. Okay. Zug zug. Sardini's capitulated. So be it. I could stand to probably have more infantry. Well, maybe more mountaineers. One more mountaineer. That will do, and then more infantry because, well, maybe more motorized. Because we have enough trucks, and then some more infantry because, why not? Come on, halt, 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 halt. Thank you. We're trying to nibble up their land as quickly as possible to make things as hard as possible for our dear friends, the Russians. Because, you know, we want to be the dominant of these factions. I can always go here. Oh boy. Republican Democrat leadership election composed of numerous factions across united Yugoslavia. The Republican Democrats understandably have many strong political figures among them who wish to lead the party in the following years. So to ease the tensions, a former United Party line leadership elections for the RDS are being held. The party chapters across the country are expected to send delegates to Kraljevo, where the party national conference is being held, where the new leader of the Republican Democrats will be decided. Milan Grol's leading contender, Dragomir Vasic's prime minister and a leading politician, the former Serbian Republican zone right, expected to lead the party in a moderate federalist direction. Sran Budasevic, Presiani Serb, and one of the leaders of the Croat-Serb coalition in Illyria, challenges his candidacy. However, for long, the Presiani have been among the strongest advocates of integral Yugoslavism, promoting a more aggressive unification of the South Slavs and the centralization of Yugoslavia. And should Budi Sarjevic take over the party and win the next elections, he will certainly seek to implement this goal. Finally, some delegates turned to Albert Kramer, a Slovene politician seen as an acceptable compromise for many factions of the party. The ballots are counted, and the next leader of the Republican Democrats is Grol. Kramer might be interesting. He has a compromise. But I think Milan Grol. If we want federalism, we're going to do federalism. Alright. Azerbaijan is capitulated. I have nothing to do with that. Wonderful. Who are we still at war with? Sweden. Which is really a matter of time. And the Romanians, which, lol. Probably want armor at some point. It is 1942, so maybe we want better anti-tank. Anti-air, towed artillery. Yeah, we want towed artillery. Yeah, I'll just integrate the tank guys into this division. How goes the war participation? Against Sweden, mostly not us. Against Romania and Sweden, it's basically all us. The Russians have barely participated in this war. We really want to crack the, crack the Romanian line, hit Bucharest. You know, it was our heroism that defended Bucharest. Might as well be our heroism that takes Bucharest. Isn't just fair. Or something like that. Sure. Fair. That's a word you could use. The Tilsit Peace Conference. Hey! Delegates of Russia, France, Britain, and the Allies met in the small East Prussian town of Tilsit, where the great powers managed to agree on a number of principles for post-war Europe. With this little love between Russia and the international, common moral heads prevailed, and de-escalation was agreed on, along with other causes meant to keep the peace between the great powers. Let us hope the peace lasts. Fall of Bucharest. 2 decades have passed since Bucharest was occupied during the Weltkrieg. Once again, it's fallen into enemy hands. Despite the Romanian army's spirited defense, Yugoslavian troops Yugoslavian troops have forced their way through. The aging forts around the city were reactivated to provide some relief to the capital, but it's no use. The Armenian and Jewish corridors in the Oranus area still offer resistance, the latter aided by the presence of the Metropolitanae and Arsenal Hills, yet within the major arteries of the Calia Victoria, Queen Elizabeta Boulevard, and Serbia Voda Way captured. Their fall is but certain. The residents dread what occupation may bring, but with the last one still in living memory, despite Yugoslavian attempts to assuage local concerns. While Mihail I has pledged to fight on, the future of Romania is uncertain. At last, Bucharest is ours. And with that, I'm declaring an end to this episode. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.